Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get interesting in the world of international trade. The stakes are high, and the players are some of the most powerful nations on the planet. We're talking about a potential game changer that could reshape the global economic landscape. A bipartisan group of U.S. senators has proposed a bold move, slapping a whopping 500% tariff on Russian uranium and oil. This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a seismic shift in policy that could have far-reaching consequences. That's not a typo, you heard right. 500%. Imagine the ripple effects this could have on both the American and global economies. The numbers are staggering and the reactions are even more so. This proposed legislation has sent shockwaves through the halls of Congress and beyond. Lawmakers are scrambling to understand the full implications, while lobbyists and industry experts are weighing in with their own perspectives. If passed, it would mean a massive price hike on these crucial Russian imports. We're talking about significant increases in the cost of energy and raw materials that are vital to various sectors of the economy. We're talking about the raw materials that power our homes and fuel our cars, people. The impact on everyday life could be profound, affecting everything from electricity bills to gas prices at the pump. So, what's the big idea behind these tariffs? The senators behind this proposal argue that it's a necessary step to counteract what they see as aggressive moves by Russia on the global stage. Why target Russia, and what could be the fallout? The aim is to hit Russia where it hurts economically, but the potential for retaliation and escalation is very real. This could lead to a tit-for-tat scenario that might spiral out of control. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into this economic showdown. We'll explore the motivations, the potential outcomes, and what it all means for you, the consumer. Stay tuned as we unravel the complexities of this high-stakes situation. The senators backing this bill argue that it's high time to hit Russia where it hurts, their wallet. They believe that economic pressure is the most effective way to influence a nation's behavior without resorting to military action. By targeting Russia's financial sector, they hope to send a clear message that certain actions will not be tolerated on the global stage. They point to Russia's redacted, reason not suitable for public consumption, as a major reason for taking action. This has been a point of contention for years, and many feel that previous measures have not been stringent enough. The proponents of the bill argue that a more aggressive stance is necessary to curb Russia's ambitions and to protect international norms. They believe these hefty tariffs would cripple Russia's economy and force them to back down. The idea is to create enough economic strain that the Russian government will have no choice but to reconsider its policies. This includes targeting key industries such as oil and gas, which are vital to Russia's economic stability. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them. The stakes are high, and the outcome is uncertain. Supporters of the bill are confident that this approach will yield the desired results, but they are also aware of the risks involved. However, not everyone's on board with this tariff train. There is significant opposition from various quarters, including some members of Congress who believe that the potential downsides outweigh the benefits. They argue that the economic repercussions could be severe and far-reaching. Critics argue that this move could backfire spectacularly. They warn that imposing such tariffs could lead to retaliatory measures from Russia, which could escalate into a full-blown trade war. This could have a domino effect, impacting global markets and leading to economic instability. They fear it could spark a trade war, drive up energy prices for Americans already struggling with inflation, and harm our relationships with other countries. The cost of goods could rise, and everyday Americans could feel the pinch in their wallets. This is a significant concern, especially given the current economic climate. It's a classic case of the punishment must fit the crime, but will it? Only time will tell. The effectiveness of these measures will depend on a variety of factors, including Russia's response and the resilience of the global economy. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear. The world will be watching closely to see how this unfolds. Let's talk Turkey, folks. This tariff thing could hit us right where it hurts, our wallets. Russia is a major player in the global energy market, and slapping a 500% tariff on their uranium and oil could send prices skyrocketing. Imagine this, you're filling up your gas tank, and the numbers on the pump just keep spinning like a slot machine gone haywire. Your electric bill arrives, and it looks like you accidentally booked a luxury penthouse suite instead. And that's not all. This tariff turmoil could fuel the already raging inflation monster, making everything from groceries to gadgets more expensive. It's enough to make your head spin faster than a hamster on a wheel. Now let's turn our attention to Russia. How are they likely to react to this tariff tango? Well, they're not exactly known for backing down from a challenge. They could retaliate with tariffs of their own, targeting key American exports. Imagine our beloved iPhones and Hollywood blockbusters suddenly becoming luxury items overseas. Or they could play it cool, at least on the surface. Russia might seek to strengthen ties with other countries, reducing their reliance on the US market. It's a high-stakes game of chess, and both sides are making their moves. Section 5. A bill on the Hill. Will the tariffs become law? The proposed tariffs are currently making their way through the labyrinthine halls of Congress. It's like watching a slow-motion obstacle course, with hurdles, detours, and the occasional political pitfall. The bill has garnered support from both Democrats and Republicans, which is like finding a unicorn riding a grizzly bear, rare and unexpected. But, and this is a big but, passing a bill is no walk in the park even with bipartisan support. It faces intense scrutiny, potential amendments, and the ever-present threat of a filibuster. Will it survive the political gauntlet? Only time will tell. The global uranium and oil markets are watching this tariff drama unfold with bated breath. These markets are like giant, interconnected spiderwebs, and even a slight tremor in one corner can send ripples throughout the entire system. If the US, one of the world's biggest consumers of these resources, slaps on these massive tariffs, it's going to create chaos. Prices could soar as countries scramble to secure their energy supplies from alternative sources. Other major players like Saudi Arabia, Canada, and Australia might step up their game, increasing their own production to fill the void. But it's a delicate balancing act, and any misstep could send shockwaves through the global economy. This isn't the first time the US has played hardball with Russia. We've got a bit of a history, you see. Remember those sanctions we imposed back in 2014, after Russia annexed Crimea? Yeah, those were a thing. And let's not forget about the sanctions we hit them with in 2018 over election meddling and other shenanigans. Those sanctions targeted specific individuals and companies close to Putin, aiming to squeeze them financially. So, yeah, we've been down this road before. The question is, will these proposed tariffs have the intended effect, or will they just escalate tensions further? We asked some big-brained experts in economics and international relations to weigh in on this tariff tussle. And let me tell you, their opinions are about as diverse as a bag of Skittles. Some believe these tariffs are a necessary step to rein in Russia's aggression, arguing that the economic pain will ultimately force them to change their tune. Others warn that this is a dangerous game of chicken, predicting that it will backfire spectacularly and harm the US economy in the process. They believe dialogue and diplomacy, not economic warfare, are the best paths forward. Well, there you have it, folks, the lowdown on these proposed tariffs on Russian uranium and oil. This is not just another policy change, it's a strategic move in a complex geopolitical chess game. The US and Russia are two of the world's most powerful players, and their actions have ripple effects that can be felt across the globe. These tariffs could potentially reshape the energy markets, influence global trade dynamics, and even alter political alliances. It's a complicated issue with no easy answers, like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded while riding a unicycle. The intricacies of international trade, energy dependency, and political maneuvering make this a multifaceted problem. Each move by the US or Russia is calculated, with potential counter-moves anticipated by the other side. It's a delicate balance, where one wrong move could lead to significant economic and political repercussions. One thing's for sure, the stakes are high. The energy sector is a critical component of both nations' economies, and any disruption could have far-reaching consequences. The political debates are heated, with each side presenting strong arguments for and against the tariffs. The flames of the oil refineries symbolize the intensity of the situation, where every decision is scrutinized and debated. The outcome of this economic showdown will have far-reaching consequences for the US, Russia, and the global community as a whole. Global economic charts and international trade cargo ships illustrate the interconnectedness of our world. A change in one part of the system can send shockwaves through the entire global economy, Countries that rely on Russian oil or US technology will have to navigate these new waters carefully. So, buckle up because things are about to get interesting. The political meetings are intense, with leaders and advisors working around the clock to strategize and respond to the evolving situation. Fastening your seatbelt is a metaphor for the turbulent times ahead, where rapid changes and unexpected developments are the norm. And that's our show for tonight. But remember, this is just one episode in an ongoing series of geopolitical events. The news cycle may move on, but the underlying issues remain. Stay informed and keep an eye on how these developments unfold. Remember, folks, when it comes to international relations, it's always best to approach with a healthy dose of skepticism, a dash of humor, and a whole lot of popcorn. Diplomatic handshakes may signal agreements, but the political satire cartoons remind us that there's often more going on behind the scenes. And a whole lot of popcorn. Because in the theater of international politics, the plot twists are endless, and the drama is real. Watching these events unfold can be as entertaining as it is educational, because you never know what's going to happen next. The world is constantly changing, and today's news can quickly become tomorrow's history. Stay tuned, stay curious, and stay engaged. If you found this valuable, subscribe to our channel, like and share this video with your friends, and hit the bell to get notified of our future content. Now go watch our other videos.